Hi, Zandile on the Miss Masumbuga channel again. So I'd like to talk about, I guess it's things that are happening in court this week. And a story that holds a lot of interest and significance for South Africa is the Angelo Agrizzi trial. So if anybody has forgotten who, or doesn't know who Angelo Agrizzi is, he is the former CEO of Bosasa. Now, Bosasa was a South African company specializing in providing services to the government, most notably prison services. During the Zondo Commission state capture, the chief operating officer, Angelo Agrizzi, testified to the Zondo Commission about the involvement of the company in extensive corruption activities during Jacob Zuma's presidency that directly implicated then President Jacob Zuma and his associates. This man, he burnt everybody, absolutely burnt everybody. So he was later charged for the corruption he admitted to on the stand. And they've been struggling to actually get his trial going from 2020. His crimes included monthly payments of around 300,000 rand on behalf of Jacob Zuma by Dudu Myeni, who is the former South African Airways chairperson, as well as donations and kickbacks to the African National Congress, and especially key party members, including a 500,000 rand donation to now President Cyril Ramaphosa's 2017 campaign to be president of the ANC. So on the 17th of April, News 24 wrote a story about an inquiry into Angelo Agrizzi's continued absences from court to face his corruption charges, where the former Bosasa CEO appeared via a video link. He was wearing an oxygen mask and with a nurse next to him, and he collapsed during the proceedings. Rich people are so corrupt, so freaking corrupt. Anyway, the inquiry had to be adjourned for a few minutes while he was brought to. But when it resumed, State Advocate Arno Rousseau argued that two of Agrizzi's witnesses have given conflicting evidence. This would be Dr. Herman Edeling, who testified that Agrizzi may not be able to understand proceedings and that one would have to repeat and simplify questions before he understood what was being asked. Another expert, who is clinical neuropsychologist Trevor Reynolds, said Agrizzi could follow proceedings but under particular circumstances where his physical condition was accommodated. So they're basically trying to set up a defense that this man is unfit to go to trial. However, the point of the inquiry, according to Judge David Makoba, the point of the inquiry is to determine if it was Agrizzi's fault that he had failed to appear in court since 2020 October, not whether or not he is fit to stand trial. The judge said that he would have to decide whether to absolve him for not attending court. Agrizzi failed to appear in court several times due to his ailing health, wrote News 24. And they previously reported that Agrizzi had suffered a heart attack while in prison and was put on life support. He spent an evening in prison before he was rushed to a public hospital. His condition worsened and he was transferred to, of course, a private hospital because he can afford that. Agrizzi is charged with fraud and corruption regarding tenders between Bosasa and, again, the Department of Correctional Services. The criminal case involves 4 tenders valued at more than 1.8 billion rand, which were awarded to Bosasa and its subsidiaries between August 2004 and 2007. That's 1.8 billion with a B. So the inquiry has been postponed until next week, Tuesday, so that the state can call its witness. But what this tells me, and why I think that it's so important, is South Africa has such a negative perception of who qualifies as a tenderpreneur. And we denigrate people who are previously disadvantaged, trying to actually make something of themselves. I'm not saying the tender process is perfect. I'm not saying that it's actually going well at all.
Luca! Bueno? Pinyu! Bueno? Pinyu! Bueno?
But one of the things that we've continuously fail to understand and fail to realize is that the biggest and most lucrative beneficiaries of the tender system are not Africans. It's not black people. It's people like this man. It's big companies, because they have the legacy financial ability to actually handle a lot of government business. 1.8 billion rands. Can you imagine how many black businesses could have been supported by that? Anyway, let me know what you think, if anything at all. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.